So one last thing.
Mhm.
For the younger audience that we have out there, younger women especially, what advice would you give them if they're interested or they're thinking about getting into the wine industry? Because the wine business, there are challenging times at the moment, right? How would you advise a younger female to broach the wine business?
That's a difficult question.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not too late.
Welcome to another episode of On the Road Edition, hosted by Stevie Kim. Each week, Stevie travels to incredible wine destinations, interviewing some of the Italian wine scene's most interesting personalities, talking about wines, the foods, as well as the incredible travel destinations.
Welcome back. My name's Stevie Kim, and this is Italian Wine Podcast on the road in Bordeaux. So our Bordeaux series continues with Laure Canu. She's the general manager of, it's the pronunciation time of French. Okay, how do you say the winery?
Château Cantemerle.
Château Cantemerle. Italians would say Cantemerle. It's the same meaning. So thank you for having us today.
Very happy to have you. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
so Laure, for our audience, especially the Italian wine audience worldwide who are less familiar with you, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yeah.
A skinny version. Not since you were born.
Nothing like childhood.
Okay.
So I'm Laure, very nice to be with you. I've been working in Bordeaux for almost 10 years. And before that, I used to be a lawyer in Paris. So it's a new life for me and a very exciting life. And I'm so happy to be in this beautiful winery.
But did you practice law, actually?
I did.
You
For 4 years.
What kind of law?
Business law.
Okay, so nothing,
Something very stressful. And
You're right.
So happy to be.
Right. So prior to coming to Cantemerle, you were at, of course, Angelus, one of the most iconic wineries in this area.
Yeah.
And so why did you decide to come to this winery? Why did you make that jump?
I was very lucky because I worked for beautiful wineries, as you said. I started with Château Béchevel and then Pichon Comtesse. So it was a very amazing experiences. And then Château Cantemerle, it was a great opportunity for me to be in charge of this property, of this winery, and to be able to have my own strategy. And I realized that the quality of the wine of Château Cantemerle is very consistent, but I knew that there was room for improvement. So it's very exciting to have this ability, this capacity to improve the quality of the wine.
So, of course, in Bordeaux, everyone has a chateau. Okay. What's so special about this chateau?
This chateau is very special, I would say, for two reasons. The first is Château Cantemerle might be one of the oldest winery in Bordeaux, more than 1,000 years old. So it's very rich in terms of history, heritage. And also, this place is very special because we have 100 hectares of vineyard, but also 100 hectares of nature, meadows, forests, rivers. So it's like a bubble just at the doorstep of the city.
Give me a general overview of how many labels, the production, what type of wines you produce.
This winery produces wines with 100 hectares of vineyards. It's located in the Haut-Médoc appellation, so it's in the southern part of the Haut-Médoc appellation. It's a classified cross within the 1855 classification,
right?
The famous one. And rare fact, our vineyard remains the same since the classification. So we have a very unique terroir, a gravelly terroir, and we produce le Grand Vin, which is Château Cantemerle, and the second label, which is Les Allées de Cantemerle. And it's mostly produced out of Cabernet Sauvignon. So it's the most important grape variety here in the Médoc, and it produces beautiful wines in our terroir.
Are you producing any white wines?
We don't. We don't have any wines.
You know, in the rest of the world,
it's very traditional.
Yeah, the rest of the world, people are drinking white wines.
I know. But we are very, focusing on Cabernet Sauvignon.
So speaking of tradition, right, the wine industry historically is a very male-dominated industry, especially in Bordeaux.
It is, yeah.
I think you're one of the very few female CEOs. Is that correct?
It is. There are some CEOs in Bordeaux, but not many.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky because Philippe Dambrine, who was my predecessor, he worked here for 30 years. And before I arrived at Cantemerle, he introduced me to the team. And it was very male dominating. And they all welcomed me very warmly and they were very happy to have me. And I have a wonderful team. They work here for a very long time, but they are very open-minded. So it's a good combination, and I think that they are very okay with the female thing.
And when you started, you were even much younger.
Yeah.
You were under 40, quite young also. You don't only represent the female leadership in Bordeaux, but also the next generation, if you will, right?
Yeah, when I arrived at Château Cantemerle, I was very happy because many young women emailed me or sent me messages to say that it's like an espoir. It's very inspiring for them to see that a woman is able to achieve and to have such an important position in Bordeaux. And I think it's important also to realize that Bordeaux is very open-minded and there are many different people coming from different countries, different backgrounds here in Bordeaux. So I think it's encouraging for Bordeaux.
So you've been here for 4 years, right?
4 years, yeah.
So what kind of changes have you made since you've arrived, and what additional changes are you planning going forward?
The most important thing, I would say, is that we are renovating all the winery, everything, but mostly the technical facility, because we had winemaking facilities that was a bit old, I would say, dated back to the 80s, sorry. And so we decided to renovate all the winery, and next July we will have this amazing new facility that will enable us to enhance the quality of the wine. So it's the most important change.
wine making facility.
Yeah, and it will change completely the quality of the wine, the way we work, and it's like a Christmas in July, you know, for the team. It's a wonderful gift, and I'm sure it will change many, many things in the way which we work in the cellar.
Including the style of the wine. Do you think?
It's not a revolution, especially in terms of style, because I really love the style of Cantemerle. And
what is the style of Cantemerle? Because, you know, I mean, Bordeaux, we call it the Bordeaux blend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a cheeky question. You have a blind tasting.
Yeah.
And you have 20 Bordeaux's. Okay. How can you tell your wine from the others? How can you recognize it in a blind tasting?
I would say that Cantemerle has never been a trendy wine. It's never been a fashionable wine. So it always remained faithful to its philosophy. And it's always very elegant, harmonious, pure. You also have this floral nose with violet, which is very special. And I think that our terroir, the fact that no one in the history of Cantemerle bought any parcel, you know, somewhere in the Haut-Médoc, in the appellation, it always remains this very terroir. This is a very unique wine. With this
so it's
elegance.
Continuous.
Yeah, it's continuous, and the philosophy remains the same, and the style of the wine remains the same. So we are going to improve the quality, but it's not a revolution, because I really want to remain faithful to the history and to the heritage of the past.
So one last thing. For the younger audience that we have out there, younger women especially, what advice would you give them if they're interested or they're thinking about getting into the wine industry? Because the wine business, there are challenging times at the moment, right? How would you advise a younger female to broach the wine business?
That's a difficult question.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not too late.
No, I think it's a wonderful world, a wonderful industry, because there are so many different positions. You can do anything. You can work within communication, within production, strategy, management, finance. So no, it's very open, and I think it's very important to know the people and to work to start maybe in the vineyard and to try different positions, to start in a low position, and don't hesitate to be very curious, very open, and to meet people, to discuss, to talk, because it's, I think for me, the most important thing in this industry is the human part. So it's very important to create link with the wine growers, with different people in the vineyard.
Okay, well, that I think on that note, I think we can close. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Laure Canu, she is the general manager of Château Cantemerle. And it's a wrap.
Thank you
And
so much.
let's do a chin chin
Oh, yeah,
Italian
sure.
style. What are we drinking? Julia?
Château Cantemerle 2015.
Château Cantemerle 2024. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of On the Road Edition, hosted by Stevie Kim. Join her again next week for more interesting content on the Italian wine scene. You can also find us at ItalianWinePodcast.com or wherever you get your pods. You can check out our YouTube channel, Mama Jumbo Shrimp, to watch these interviews and the footage captured at each location. Chin chin!